Searching podcasts for Dave, and one more time.
In the 1980s, radio was at the height of its powers. If you worked hard and were among the best of the best, you got an opportunity to be live on the air. And then there were these two fools. This is Dave and Juan.
Number 2.
Hey, Juan.
We're here.
Hey. Howdy, everybody. I'm Dave.
I'm Juan.
And this is Dave and Juan.
More time.
There we go. Just get it. Boom.
Man, that's like the smoothest the intro has run in 60-something episodes.
Just time to get to work. Get to work. We're moaning and groaning about all the... Well, Juan's not. I am about how backed up we are. But like, man, got to get up and... For the people. Here for the people. Yeah. Juan came back into the United States. I can't even say the words. Into the United States.
Just to do this.
Just for this. For this, y'all. Right. He shoved the COVID thing up his nose to prove I am not contagious. And came on back.
Yeah, had the test. There was a point of me that I was in Punta Cana for the week.
You gotta be careful how you say that. That sounds,
Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic.
Yeah, that sounds like a cuss word, but
yeah. You can flip those letters around.
Like in the old days in Nichols playing tennis, you'd hear some of the Spanish speaking, Punta Cana. Well, I don't know if that's what they're saying, but that's what it sounded like. Okay,
yeah. Sorry, but we had to do a COVID test to come back. I'd waited until just a few hours before we were coming back in case I had COVID, because then, they'll keep you there, but they're not keeping you there where you want to be. So it's like, I'm not getting quarantined here.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
But towards the end, it's like, man, it wouldn't be bad to stay here another 5-10 days.
Because you had to.
Yeah.
Because your country made you.
My country made you. Yeah, it was great. I had to pay for that and everything. But
call the boss, bruh. I want to come back. Man, I want to get back to work, dude. They stuck a Q-tip in my nose. They said I can't come back.
Yeah, and you think the Wi-Fi in my house is unreliable? You should see it there.
Well, we told the story the other day about my brother-in-law working a little stretch on a oil rig in Mexico. It's not, we take things for granted. Guys on oil rigs in our part of the world, they put on weight when they're not, and they got everything stolen.
Well,
okay, sorry about that. You're making. I'm almost expecting you to be shirtless for this podcast.
Nah, man. Yeah, well, that don't happen often, bro. But
surely you were out there.
Put it this way: I was out there shirtless, and I was by far not the skinniest or not the fattest guy in the room.
Okay, wait.
So here, a couple of disclaimers, and I even wrote these as notes.
Disclaimers.
So I am not a world traveler. I hadn't been out of the country before this week for 30-40 years.
Okay.
So the other thing is I'm fat. So I could easily lose 30-40 pounds and be okay. So I admit that about myself.
That is so funny.
Okay. So if I say anything that says, well, you just blah, 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 or did you, I already know. Yeah, so there you go.
Yeah. I'm just going to put that out there. So you can't take those shots at me.
Right. We went a 2-hour horse excursion, and that horse, was struggling just as much as my butt was in that saddle. So not really, but it was a strong horse.
Yeah.
But some of the things, so this was our, leading up to the whole thing. This was our first time away, pretty much, from kids for that extended period of time or that far away. I mean, our kids have gone to camp or gone
right
kind of stuff. But that being said, I also realized that, I've wasted my vacation on my kids for the past 29 years. But so
Juan Semino, father of the month.
We're driving there. So we flew out of Houston. I was near you. Because my daughter was at camp about a couple hours west of Houston, so we just dropped her off at camp, and then left in the middle of the night the following day. But so I bring up to Joey, I said, if something happens to us, we have never actually talked about who would take care of Riley. So we have we just jokingly said, well, it can't be them. And
oh, that's so funny.
And but it's half-hearted joking.
But then you figure, hey man, yeah.
But then this is how seriously, the child takes it. It's like, or Joey as well. Joey tells Roger, we're up here trying to talk about who would take care of you if we both died. And Joey said, but with the insurance money, you could get a Jeep truck or something. And Roger said, oh no, I'd get a regular Jeep. I said, great. I'm glad that's the first thought.
Well, hey, look, it'd be nice. Look, I'd prefer to have, Juan and Joey still here, but hey, they had to go to Mexico. What you gonna do?
Yeah.
We'll get me a nice ride.
Yeah. You were about number 3 or 4 in the list of who would
Gladly, man. Gladly. Dude, I got space here. She probably loved living in Houston. If she wants to go to Nichols, I got a place she can live over there.
Hey, that works, man.
Wants to come here. Oh man, look, yeah. So that's funny.
But
I'm just a little upset that I'm only number 3. Dude, you got somebody in the world. Look, dude, who would you trust to raise your? And she doesn't really need raising. She's like on the verge.
Right.
She's got a driver's license, man.
Just get her back and forth to swim practice in the school. That's all she needs.
Man, I know. I told you that one time. My dad, weird joke. I don't know what was that. I mean, he might. I guess he was trying to be funny. Many years ago, I was probably in my 40s or something. When he made a joke, we were just hanging out doing something. And he said, "I guess by the time I tell you about that, the brother I never told you about." Like, and the funny thing was, I think he thought that I was going to be like shocked, and I'm like, "That'd be cool."
All right. I'm like, all sisters, man. It'd be nice.
I get to meet. Yeah, I don't got to put up with. That'd be awesome, man. I mean, I even talked about that. About you don't want this. You don't want like somebody to show up later, like oh, I'm your son, I'm your daughter. You're like, you know what I'm saying? Those that may have led that kind of lifestyle back in the day.
Maybe you did.
People, they always say that, and I'm like, man, look, if they show up like in adulthood, that's all right.
Right. Yeah. Here's $100.
We'll be friends. Hey. No guilt, But anyway, so
I didn't leave you because I didn't know. But
you got it cleared up.
You got it cleared up, and we're so we survived, but we almost didn't make the trip. So we stayed near the airport, just at like a Comfort Inn. And I've talked about this before. Joey typically drives. Right. She can't deal with my driving, so I never ever drive her car, and we've only had it for a few months.
Lots of oil in it.
Lots of oil.
That one's gonna get oil changes.
It had one already. But we went out to dinner, and so it was dark, so I'm driving back and everything, and I don't like things in my pocket, so I just don't. Joey's keys, like her key rings, the equivalent of a hula hoop.
Correct.
And yeah, it's got the keys on it. It's got a little wallet on it. It's got all kind of little frilly things on it. It's like, so here, you deal with the keys.
Bottle of water, some lotion.
Right.
Yeah,
it's
just
like,
whatever.
It's weighing me down. I don't like you to put it in my backpack because it adds weight to the backpack.
100%. You're not a horse.
Right. So she's responsible for the keys. Well,
okay. You and your disclaimers already, right?
Yeah.
She's responsible.
It's not where you think we're going, or where.
Okay.
So we get up the next morning, or we had to be at the airport for 2 or 2:30 a.m. So not much sleep. Flight was at 5:30, and so you got 3 hours.
Okay. Wow. And you flew out of Houston Intercontinental or Hobby? Okay, Intercontinental.
Yeah.
Did you stay close to the? So you stayed close to Houston.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
We're a couple of miles from there. But even though nobody from the airlines are there till 3, we had to be there for 2:30. It's a total pain.
Okay.
But so we get to the car, and we didn't lock the keys in the car. So I popped the hatch to put stuff, our baggage in there. And when I tell you there's a rush of cold air coming out of the back of that car, I'm like, what the hell?
Oh,
I left that sucker running. It's push button starter, which I'm used to the regular key. It's also a hybrid. So when you're idling and parking, you basically hear no engine noise. It's like nothing.
Yeah. Oh.
And the killer, the even worse part of that is when it's running, no matter how far you're away with the key fob, you ain't locking it.
Oh, so it was ready to go.
It was unlocked and running.
At a Comfort Inn.
At a Comfort Inn
outside of
Houston.
Dude, they'll shoot at you to get the catalytic converter. You just left a free car.
Yeah.
Pre-chillings for them.
When we got home last night.
Hey, on behalf of Mayor Sylvester Turner and the fine city of Houston, we just want to point out, bro, you can't leave your new car running overnight, unlocked with the AC running, and expect to find it in the morning, bro. Not at a Comfort Inn near the airport. Come on, dude.
Yeah, it's I was convinced. I said, okay, it had to have died at some point. You know, you've got to walk, it's got to die when you walk that far away with the key.
Right.
fob.
Yes. No.
Doesn't. I got home last night. I brought the keys to the farthest point in the house. Had the car running. Tried every kind of way to lock it. Couldn't do it.
Yeah, now you're like me with that. Start doing experiments after the fact. Like, hang on.
Right. It's like certainly.
All of a sudden we all become Mr. Science. Like, hang on now. Well, there must have been something. Please don't tell me that we can do this all the time. Yeah, that's
Yeah. Look, that had been in my driveway in Baton Rouge. That car would have been gone 15 minutes after I went in the house.
Well, I'm glad your car was there.
It was there.
It didn't run out of fuel while it was running nonstop, because that'd have been fun trying to find gas at 2-something in the morning in Houston.
Yeah, it would have been expensive. Non-existent. So something else, again, going back to me as the not the world traveler.
Right.
Apparently, when you go to countries like Vietnam and Thailand, there must be a hell of a problem at the airports there, because people literally duct tape their baggage. And at the airport, there are people who have the big cellophane wrap rolls.
Yeah.
That you can pay to wrap your baggage once it clears. So no one can open it.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I can look, man. We learned in the United States that we got a bunch of laws, and when they don't prosecute nothing, it doesn't really matter, right?
Right. Why have a law?
Exactly. You think Thailand's got a big airline luggage recovery crew? No. All right. So you opted out of the cellophane.
We opted out of the cellophane. Well, but so
you just left your car unlocked running all night, like you worried about. At this point you're thinking, man, I got the angels with me this trip.
I'm on a roll, man. So I bumped into a guy. I still watch and have always watched Survivor. So Russell Hands from Survivor, who was on there twice. I saw him in the airport, and I was like, fanboy, and I went to talk to him.
Really, guys, I got no idea who that is, but okay.
But he was on his way to Thailand, because all he does is YouTube stuff now. So me and Russell are about to become fast friends, and then we're gonna learn how to promote some YouTube stuff in Thailand.
Man.
So
did he wrap his luggage in cellophane?
I don't know. He was having problems because he was supposed to have left the day before, and his flight got jacked around.
Man, it's getting rough out. I am worried about that. I got some flights coming up, and it's getting rough. People are just.
Well, we got back when we got back from the airport. There was a girl who was coming in from the Bahamas, and she said it took her 3 days to get in.
United States of America, brother.
Yeah, you gotta love it. But and she passed the COVID tests. But
flights don't take off or land, and we ain't got no baby formula.
Nope. So, but just a couple of quick hit observations.
No, man, let's go on.
Vacation, bruh. It ain't the heat; it's the humidity.
Really?
I thought, how could it possibly be any more humid than it is here?
Really?
They said, hold my beer.
Really?
And, It was.
I would take that as a challenge, man. You know, like you figure you've been training for it. You figure like, hey, you coming in from Iowa, coming in from Wisconsin. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, you live in Baton Rouge. They threw some humidity at you that a Baton Rouge guy said, "Chore."
Man, I would walk through the hallways of each of the villas, so to speak, as opposed to walking on the sidewalks, just to avoid some of the humidity.
I just love the fact you were walking through villas.
Villas, that's right, man. It's fancy. It's fancy when you go in it. When you leave the resort area.
And you and Joey could take the vacation and hang out at villas, knowing, listen, if something happens to us, Dave's number 3 on the list, because the first 2 may pass. They may just say, we got a lot, and then be like, I never met your daughter. Be like, hey, nice to meet you. Lucky for you, I got a cool wife. She's been wanting a daughter forever. You've probably been through the majority. She deals with kids all the time, So I mean, young people. So it'd be awesome. But so tell me something. So you were at an all
inclusive.
Here's the deal. According to the commercials on TV, now I don't think it was a Sandals, right?
No, it wasn't Sandals.
Okay, so Sandals is the one that spends all the money, right? Sandals. And I've been pointing this out for years, to the point that even my wife, when it comes on, she'll make a comment about it. So apparently part of going to Sandals is you have to have 0 body fat. 0 body fat. Watch a Sandals commercial. I mean, I don't care if they're in their 20s, if they're in their 60s. They always got the spokesmodel gray hair. They're about like 100 human beings in the United States right now who are of a certain age, who still look like kind of ripped and cut and, model Hampton. That's apparently all you see at these all-inclusive resorts. It was like I'd be intimidated. Like if I was saying, oh honey, our honeymoon's coming up, we're gonna go to Sandals, I'd have to start doing sit-ups and increasing my bench. So you're telling me that's not here, man. Not here. Not here. Not at all. It was more like an all-inclusive at like Golden Corral. All-inclusive
everything.
Like a Golden Corral.
Yeah. We joked about this and said, United States has the most obese country, which it becomes obvious.
You're welcome, America.
When you see the portion sizes they have over there, which you get, like if you go to a nice restaurant, it's a nice portion size. You never hear the phrase, bro, you gonna eat all that? It's just it's a decent amount.
That's right.
But body shaming, body consciousness, not a thing there.
Not a thing. Not a thing.
No. I saw, and you feel free to bleep this out.
Give me some more.
I saw more ass hanging out of bathing suits than if I had been a donkey farmer. It don't matter how old you are, how big you are. Yeah, women sporting thongs like you would not believe.
Oh man, okay.
Bikinis, guys 5 times my size.
Just living life, huh?
And little speedos, but hey, you do you.
It's a little bit like the gym at my I always complain about it. Man, look. And some of these people don't even look good, but I've always said, just because you look good for your age don't mean you look good. Right? Just don't mean you and just because nobody's going to come arrest you for wearing this skinny little bathing suit on your big old pasty, don't mean you should.
Well, right? and you talk about pasty. There are people there who have not only not been in the sun recently, but I don't think they've ever seen the sun.
Ever, right?
Dude, there were levels of whiteness. And I heard these British guys talking, and one was convincing another guy that no, he wasn't sunburnt. That pink was just his color.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Find that guy the next day. Yeah, you do that. You go to these places. You see people, and you just want, because we were all young and stupid at one time. Now some people are old and stupid, but we did that back. Nobody was out. Nobody was out there telling us. Like, no. And I don't think, maybe a couple times in my life, I guess I may have gotten blisters. Okay. Maybe
I saw people with blisters.
Oh, bro. That's when you want to just say, stop. Hey, I don't want to be the bearer of bad. I know you're here to get you free. I'm not free, you paid for it, but you're here to eat and drink a whole lot in the sun.
All you're inclusive. You better get some shade.
Man, rest of this. Yeah, exactly. Put on, but So anyway, glad you made it back. Glad.
Yeah, we made it back. You know, we didn't have to speak. This is different. Another thing that's different with the English. Most of, or at least several of the people there don't speak English, and they don't care that you don't speak Spanish, which I appreciate that. Like, hey, dude,
employees at the
yeah, it's your country. Yeah, good on you.
That's right.
We had one waiter who tried to describe to us what the drink special was, and after 2 times he gave up and just brought us a drink.
Here you go, gringos.
Yeah. And I did have to remind Joey that speaking louder in English to a person who doesn't understand English won't make them understand English any better.
But you know what? It's worth trying. It's worth trying. It depends if I was, but I wouldn't have my kids if I was you. Like, I don't know any of it. Well, start doing hand signals and whatever. Or like the guy said, bring me that. Well, dude, we were at the movie last night. We'll talk about this later. With the movie last night at one of these cinemas that, they serve you in your seat. You get dinner or whatever. And man, let me tell you something. I'm assuming you can't call them a waitress, but whatever. Our assistant,
Your
our
hostess.
attendant, our hostess, whatever. I'm sure she spoke English, but she just, I'd had more respect had she not. Like, wasn't a very complicated order, right? You have ordering stuff, and you tell somebody what you want, and they give you no acknowledgement that they got it, right? Just quiet, just silence, and the movie hadn't started. I mean, just like, and then she does something, and you're kind of waiting. It's called communication. It's called like you see,
two-way.
Yeah, I said, I would like a whatever. And then as soon as you enter it or do whatever, you look up and say, okay, and anything. You acknowledge. You don't just stand there. Generations, bro. Generations.
And ticked off to be there.
I can't, man.
That was one of the things we did notice a lot. Even all of the staff, and you got to figure, it's not a high income area by any stretch of the imagination, but all the people there were happy to be working. They were happy, polite. The restaurants, all the tables were available because they had waiting staff to cover all the tables.
It's broken, man.
Everybody says hola to everybody.
You learn what that meant, right?
But I'm not a follower, so I didn't say hola.
So you just kept throwing out howdy.
I'd say kiski de boog.
Kiski de boog.
Come on, Tava.
Hey.
But just really nice, really nice people. Enjoyed it. Yeah, they're big on sanitation. Every table they come and clean, and they put a little sign on it after you eat there and says it's been sanitized.
They have all those signs they got to go through. They probably, the only reason they're doing it now is, man, we bought this stuff in bulk.
Yeah.
But we bought this in bulk. We're gonna keep using it until we run out.
My default microphone has changed. Okay, never mind. I'm getting notes over here. But no, I
caught a little switch there
at the sanitation thing, because some of the things are buffets, and I don't know why I wanted a hot dog.
Why not?
There was no Sonic there, so but the way you grab the bun and then you bring it to the grill. Well, so one time I went and they didn't have hot dogs, so I'd already touched the bun, and I asked the girl, I said, so I touched it. You want to take it, throw it away? And she said, like, put it. Just go and put it right back there.
Just put it back. This is all kabuki. Yeah.
And then we went on
I touched the bun. Good.
Yeah, I touched it. You want me to? We went on a snorkeling trip.
I touched it too. Go ahead.
Yeah. You think I washed my hands before I touched that?
How you think it got on the tray, bro? You think it grew there? Come on, man. Americans. Yeah, Americans. That's why y'all can't drink the water.
Yeah, we went on this little snorkeling trip, and they've got all the mask, and and you don't think about that, but then the snorkels, and it's like, well,
that's all sanitized, man. That's all.
Yeah, it's all in a bucket. It's a bucket of water.
Yeah, they got a team of scientists sanitizing those. I know, I'm the same way. Like, I don't gross out by any of that stuff. But it's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Right, I got to borrow a mouthpiece somebody had before, but I'm not I don't snorkeling and stuff like that, because I just goes back to, I do not like re-entering the food chain. Period. Right? Yeah. I'm sorry. If I'm out in water of more than, it's weird. If water gets up to about my chest, no, dude. No.
Yeah, it's over your head. And I probably hadn't swam
Like for your life.
in 20 years. And so I'm like saying, well, wait, so I'm gonna just be out there swimming? And,
Back in the food. I'm just back in the food chain. Come on.
Yeah, I was able to tread water and swim a little bit for an hour.
And then you got to read. Yeah, you read like, okay, what if I get caught in a riptide? You know, they always have these instructions, and instructions sound great until you're in. I got a feeling if you actually get caught in a riptide and it dawns on you, like, man, I'm 200 yards from shore now.
Yeah, all I gotta do is swim left or swim right, and I'll be safe.
That's what you're supposed to do. But you're right. That instinct is it's just like a plane. I mean, I've been on a zillion planes, right? They always give you the, tell you what you're supposed to do. I got no doubt. I got no doubt if it actually happened, I'd be useless. I'd be like, huh? What?
Right. It's like the people sitting on the emergency room. If you have a problem, these instructions, it's like, I have zero problem because I'll be the first one out the door.
Yeah, well, that's good. Glad to have you back.
Glad I'm back and back in the world of Diet Dr. Pepper. So
there you go. You got those. Yeah, I spent the better part of the week while you were walking through villas and whatever. I was at SMU. I actually have to go back. I'm going to break. I mean, leave, I guess, tomorrow.
Man, you're like a real professor.
Not really. Not really. I hung around a couple of real professors, and it's funny. Oh, it's funny. I actually hung out in what they call it the faculty lounge. They set up in the hotel we're at. I guess it's just for the faculty, and they got it cool. They got some wine in there.
While the teachers go to smoke.
I don't know what they're smoking or not, but
like it was.
I'm hanging out in there with some actual. I mean, these people were actual. A couple of them were retired, and a couple of them are still going. But like, I'm the only one hanging in that room that doesn't teach for a living, and like university. And yet I find myself, I got stronger opinions on everything than anybody. Like I can, dude. I will talk economics with the economics professor. Like, sure,
why not?
Hey, and hang. And that's what's kind of funny. There, it's not that hard. It's not that hard.
You do this for a living, and you're influencing others. Here's the real opinion.
Yeah, let me tell you, because one of them, they're a good guy. In fact, he's probably my favorite guy. Older, I think he's retired. Had a ponytail. It was so obligatory, right? But he was probably the coolest guy. I like talking to him. And in the middle of something, he said, "Well, what do you think? Man, they're using this derivative and that derivative, and they're just talking. I get caught when people are talking about stuff where they just want to. I don't even think you guys are actually communicating. I think you're just showing that it's a club, right? It's like you're using the words that the club uses." And he asked me, so what do you think? What do you think the odds are of us entering a recession? That's when I'm the different guy in the room. I said, entering. You don't think we're in one?
Yeah, I'm worried about if we're ever going to get out.
I said, you don't think we're in one? And they're like, oh, you think we're in one? I'm like, just because you don't call it one, don't mean it isn't. Like, what are you talking about? Like, we need a room full of professors somewhere to tell people that are paying. And I went on a rant. I've been in a fun rant. I mean, I was not, but they were like, well, that's a good point. Yeah. I guess, true. You don't call a recession the day it begins. You sort of catch. Yeah. You think? Yeah. You think that's easy? You like, go hang out at a gas station. Right. Yeah. When if people take,
they're not waiting for you to declare it.
Right. They're taking pictures of the pump. You think they're taking pictures of the price of gas to show, hey, I won. Look at this. You think, yeah. So, it's good hanging out. I recalled that doing a 3-hour something course. That's a young man's game, man. That's a young man's game.
So you lecture for 3 hours?
3 hours, bro. 3 hours. Take a 15-minute break in the middle.
That's got to be exhausting.
And it didn't used to be. I used to big deal. Now, oh man, not terrible. And here's the funny. At the end of it, my feet hurt. You're getting old, and I don't run. My feet hurt. I was like, that
take your shoes off, man. Would they be offended?
Yeah, I already set it up when I first start talking to groups. I one of the first things I typically tell them is like, y'all don't strain yourselves on the accent. Here you go. And
I don't have web feet, and just to show you, I'm gonna take off my shoes.
In fact, why don't all of y'all take your shoes off? Let's go. And they kind of stuck it to me this year because not on purpose. But I like doing morning sessions. because everybody's still kind of awake. Even people that tied one on the night before, and because these are like graduate stuff. So these are people that all have jobs. It's not just students. It's men and women who work in financial institutions,
right, who are there not just to get a degree.
Right there, it's advanced. So yeah, but in the morning, everybody's got putting coffee in and whatever. You get people in the afternoon. That's when it's a different level of work. They had to get up in the morning. They had to do the classes. Their brains are kind of tired already. They go get lunch.
Pasta, Chinese food.
Man, SMU cafeteria. That's got a nice cafeteria at SMU. And I went in there just once, grab a quick bite because I didn't eat anything before I was going to do the session. And they must have a cheerleader camp. Well, not they must. They got a cheerleader camp. I guess a high school, middle school, whatever. I can't tell ages. If you'd have told me, yeah, all these girls are 12 or all these girls are 18, I don't know. All right, they're a bunch of them. And I was just like, oh, please don't let anything break. Please don't let cheers break out. I'm tired. I don't want to deal with it. Too much energy, too much happiness in the room. Like it's probably got like 200 cheerleaders eating, but they had a little side room for faculty. That's what's so funny. Man, faculty takes care of themselves.
That's right. Yeah. So did you have your own like dining cart in the faculty lounge?
Dining what?
Dining cart, or did you have to bring your own? You had to get your food with the rest of the people.
You pretty much could get. Well, they had all kinds of because cafeterias are not like what they used to be in our day, man. The salad bars, the fruit bars. There's the carving station at in a university. I guess with the tuition they should. But no, there was I think we had fish and stuff. They did have some separate food in the back in that area, but you could just do it anywhere. But anyway, so I was that was kind of cool. The funny thing was I had to go to a couple of evening events. Kind of one was just like I guess wine and something, and
like
the other
social
one,
things.
Yeah, and the other one was actually a dinner or whatever. And I ended up sitting adjacent table next table from TD Jakes.
Wow.
Yeah. Because it's one of those things. So I'm sitting there and I'm doing my thing. And
big man with a big voice.
Let me tell you. And some nice suits. Dude, some people can pull off a suit. That guy I've seen him on TV. He looks sharp. And me in person, that guy, nice.
He even has fancy handkerchiefs to wipe his sweat with.
Man, look. So he's I'm at these round tables and they're right. And he's, right there. I can reach over and probably touch him. So I'm not paying attention, and I didn't know he was there with somebody else. He wasn't there to speak. He was there with a friend who was speaking. So I look up, and all of a sudden, it's like a little line of people next to me, like on the side of me. Like, what's going on? And I realize they're taking pictures with somebody. I'm like, what are you taking pictures with? And I look up, and he's facing me, and he's he's gracious as all get. I'll give that. I'll tell people. Just because I guess it'd be some people that would get aggravated after a while with oh, I love you. Nobody gets aggravated here, and that all means you're like you don't get tired of people telling you all the time. People stop you in the mall all the time.
Right.
It's Juan, we love you, bro.
But we've only been doing this for a little over a year.
Yeah,
so
yeah. And he's taking pictures, and I look up, and it's just like it dawns on me, who is? And he might even saw my lips going, I think that's TD Jakes. And he's making eye contact. He's smiling while he's doing whatever. How you doing?
Yeah, it is. It's me.
So, and I just said, so I even texted my wife. I said, man, I'm sitting next to, I'm adjacent to TD Jakes here. She goes, oh, I really like him. So I decided.
Did you go get a picture?
No, here's what I talked to him though. I decided like, I'm going to be the one person here. You know what I'm saying? You got to play big dog. Like, nah, I ain't doing, I'm not going to do that. I took a picture on the side. Like I got a picture of him sitting, but I didn't want to be like, hey, can I get a picture with you? But when it kind of cleared up, at one time, again, he was right there. So I just, shook his hand, and he's a big guy, and cool. Yeah. I just said, look, I said, I'm just doing this so I'm not a liar, because my wife said she liked you, and I said, well, I'm gonna tell him. So I don't want to have to lie to my wife and say that, oh yeah, I told him, I told him, I said, yeah, I said, my wife and I both, we both like what you do, and we're both Catholic. Yeah. And it's, just making a bad joke. He was like, he laughed. He was, we're all God's children, son.
That's right.
And I forget what else we talked about. We just kind of shot the breeze real quick. And I'm like, it's one of those things like, hang out with TD for a little bit here.
Yeah, man. He's a big, jolly, happy guy.
He is. He was great. I wish I'd have just thought to ask him. You got to have those suits made, right, bro? I mean,
yeah, it's not off the rack.
Man, it was a color. It was a nice color. It was like no color. It's a pretty blue. I got to remember. I think I'm gonna have to look at it and double check. But
get you one.
I might start carrying a handkerchief with me to do that other stuff.
Yeah, when you're doing your 3-hour lectures. You can do it like TG. TJ.
I got one coming up. TJ. I got one coming up. Got to do it.
TD. I'm saying TJ.
T. What's up, T boy?
Yeah.
T boy Jakes. TD. Do you know my friend T boy? Yo.
Yeah. Obviously, in your case, the T don't mean little.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. I don't know how seamless that little break. Maybe they don't know. We got to start selling the commercial. We'll just start selling until we figure we got to sell a commercial in the middle.
Yeah. We'll be back right after this message from
this episode of Dave and Juan, brought to you by. We just get free spots. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
How about Moran's Marina, whoever the weenie spaghetti people were down in Fouchon. Shout out.
I know we need to play that because one of the other things, on the vacation, the coolest guy at the place is still the DJ. They've got like guys, DJing by the pool the whole time.
Really? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
They weren't playing any top 40 from here. But what's funny is you see the 5 girls trying to be all flirty with the DJ. And then you got like 2 other guys saying, well, this guy ain't connecting with all of them. So somebody's getting disappointed.
It's always good to be the disappointment guy. Hey.
Yeah, I'm here, baby. Whatever you need.
Was the DJ a good looking guy?
Yeah.
He's probably used to it. Well, that's why he's got the job.
Yeah. He was in shape. He was dancing, and and they also did a foam party at the pool. Where they blow foam, man. They blow bubbles in the pool.
Foam. Okay, I thought you said phone.
No,
foam party.
No. And I said I'm never doing that right up until the time I did it.
Oh, geez. That's a visual we don't really need, but I'm glad you put it out there. You said, by the way, I did think about you again. I was on my way up there. On the way back, I pulled into the Madisonville, Texas Buc-ee's. And it's one of the massive ones, one of the big ones, right? Big, dude. When I say, if you would have told me there must be a hurricane in the Gulf of, there were more people at this thing. Like, so Buc-ee has, and people, a lot of people know Buc-ee's, or maybe they don't. I don't know how many gas pumps they have.
We got to get gas.
Dude. I mean, so they're, I don't know if it's 100. It may be 100. I
bet.
It is.
The bigger ones.
I drove around 5 minutes trying to find crazy, just the parking, and then trying not to hit. Yeah. And if you'd have told me when I went inside the store, this was on a Friday on the way back, so maybe that was part of it. Fridays are very busy. So if I almost wanted to ask somebody, are you guys in town for the mullet competition? Like, because I wasn't listening to local radio on the way in, but there's no way in the world that this can be an accident. Now, granted,
or the mullet road trip,
and not ironic. It wasn't like people hey, it's a high school prank. I'm wearing a mullet, bro. I ain't lying. It was funny. I like.
Telling you, man.
About every, I'd say every 10th person had him, and that doesn't sound like much. You get in a room with, there might have been 200 people inside this bucket.
Yeah, you got 20 mullets walking around.
You got 20 mullets walking around. All I can think of when I see that is, I think I need a haircut. I think I need a. But so anyway, so glad to get on back here. So a couple of things I jotted down. So first of all, let me do so my cousin, every now and then you get that, bro, I got some Cajun words you need to. I was like, all right, it's kind of Scott's probably up late at night or doing something, and so I think we got most of it. We probably used some of these before. So we talked about haunt.
Yeah, we used to take K-haunt.
K-haunt.
Yeah, like embarrassed haunt.
Yeah, I don't know. We did the K, but it was haunt. I have to teach that to my sons. Took a while. They got it now. Bro, don't be haunt. What is that? You know, haunt. You haunt. That's one of those words. If you say it enough in context, people will figure out what it means.
Oh, I don't
Oh,
mean, yeah.
man.
Oh man, I'm haunted, bro.
Dude, I was up there for a while when I realized my flyer was almost open. Whew, I was haunt. Man, I was haunt. Go, I was haunt. 3 songs. Now we got the 3 songs. Then we all do the 3 songs. It's good. And he's got one here. Radant. RA dash. Of course, this, he didn't give me the obligatory.
This might not be spelled.
No. Now I remember this one. A gap. You know what a gap is?
A gap is like the bug,
some people might have said a jep, but I think we call them gaps. That's a wasp.
That's it. Yep.
A gap. God,
it was a bug or something.
Dude, man,
I got thrown by the gap. That's a gap.
I went to get on the, I was bringing my kids to the swing set. They got a big gap nest up there. Had to go back inside. I got a big can of hairnet spray. Hey, gap no more, bro. Gap no more.
Saying that's what's fire.
That's right. It's right. There you go. Cass. I think that's the back of a truck. The Cass. Get in the Cass. Throw it in the Cass. Ted Do. We know Ted Do. I say that one all the time. Yeah, I'm pretty much. And Kawan. You know what a Kawan? It's an alligator. Kawan. Oh yeah. I think it's an alligator. I'm gonna get my coon ass card taken away from me if I got that wrong. I'm pretty sure Kawan. It's Kawan. The one on here, like, it's funny. I got most of these we probably even use, but Gap. I remember Gaps. Oh, bro, got stung by a Gap. The bad thing about a Gap, when a bee stings you, it's got one stinger, bro. That's all it can do. That bee needed to really, really want to hurt you because it dies.
It's gonna die.
That's them bees. That's like the kamikaze flyers in the war, man. That's it. They got one shot. They got you. They got this thing. But, all right, and but not a Gap. Gap can just
go in.
Speaking of which, before we run out of time today, we might even close with this. So I saw it last night. You saw it the other day. So we both, it's good. A Dave and Juan movie review of Top Gun Maverick. You know what? Honest to goodness, they could have just played that music the entire movie and just put stills, and I'd have been happy with the movie. I got to do research on where that means some cool stuff's about to go down. Like you could find the biggest nerd guy in the place. You walk into the room, and if that comes on,
yeah, all hope is not lost.
Did we miss? Is that from the movie?
No, I'm just saying it's as things are. Yeah, the savior.
You were talking about the throwback.
No.
So listen, when you saw it, did the movie before it started? Was Tom Cruise talking about thanking you for being in there? He looked 80 years old in there. Who thought that was a good idea, Tom? Was that like a Scientology thing? I mean, like,
you could have at least just done it in the same. Looked like Maverick.
Because even my wife said he looks old in that, and I said, well, honey, he did just turn 60. He don't look young like Juan. I mean,
yeah, man, that's true. We can't all.
No, not in the movie. In the movie, he looks good. You can tell in the movie there was a team of people that and then he's in shape. But so we both saw the movie.
My dogs are barking. I'm sorry, nobody else is here.
No problem, man. Maybe some spoiler alerts, but hey, at this point, there's no. If you got a brain in your head, ain't nothing in this movie gonna be a spoiler. Okay,
no.
There's nothing, right? There is some. There's a lot of excitement, but it all turns out the way you think it's going to turn out.
Yeah, right? It's Top Gun 2, basically.
Like in the first Top Gun, he lost Goose. That was shocking, right?
Right.
Oh man, he lost Goose. But
no, a lot of, like I said, we watched the original one the night before, which I hadn't seen it, and I'm not one to rewatch tons of movies, but it was nice because there were a lot of throwbacks or callbacks to that.
It wasn't
if you hadn't seen it, it doesn't mess the movie up for you.
Right.
But it was nice. It was just, so it's like, oh, here's why they did that. And
here's my deal though about these kind of movies, and you gotta fill. I guess it's an hour and a half, 2 hours. It moved pretty quick. I think it's. I don't know.
It was 2 hours. I think a little over 2.
Was it really? Okay,
Yeah,
then it's better than I thought because it seemed short. That's a good sign. It seems shorter than that. But it's one of those movies that I could clip it up to about 15 minutes. It's about 50. Yeah. It's worth seeing. Some of the lines are pretty funny. John Hamm, I think, is exceptional in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
John Hamm plays that part well.
Yeah.
They bring Ed Harris in. Why? They just needed Ed Harris. What's his role? It's like they called up Ed. Tom. They must have something going on where Tom did. They just called up, hey, Ed. You want to do about 5 minutes of just being the. Basically, it's the character you've been playing for the last 20 years. We're just going to put you in we're going to make something up. You're going to show up. I just can't figure out how many times can a pilot, in this case, Tom, how many times can you take off on a plane that they don't want you to take off in? It's the military, man. On one point, it's all yes, sir.
Yeah, you figured if you do it once, you ain't gonna have the chance to do it again.
This guy's basically bumping you out. He's throwing you out. He's like, that's what it's always about, man. You know why? You know why, bro? He's a maverick.
Yeah. That's why he earned that name, man.
Because you knew, hey, the guy's coming to shut us down. He's not here yet. Oh, mock this, mock that.
They did it. It worked in Val Kilmer.
Well, you knew they were going. I'm glad they did.
Yeah, and then I mean, I think they played the role nice because if you don't,
they did it perfectly. No, I mean, they even talked about exactly.
And so
if somebody put something on social media, my time, because it's true. If it's on social, it's on whatever. But I think they said that even when he does speak, it's not him.
It's very robotic, right? It's
well, that's him in real life now. Yeah, he's got throat cancer, I guess, or he's not well. There's
right. I think he's done a lot of the voice capture stuff, so it's like AI type stuff but yeah, nice scene.
All good. Here's the other thing, a few things out there. So and
Kelly McGillis didn't age as well as Tom Cruise, so they didn't let her back in.
I explained that to my wife on the way back. Like she asked, was that Jennifer or whatever? Was she in the first? I said no. There's a handful of actresses of that age who still are kind of smoking hot, right?
She ain't one.
And listen, that's not trust me, there's only a handful of guys that age.
Right. Go back to my earlier disclaimer.
I know I'm fat. Exactly. So I basically figured it was her or Diane Lane, or I'm trying to think, there's a handful of Meg Ryan did not make it in this one. I would have thought that it brought Meg Ryan back, whatever. But what got me about the thing is, and first of all, good movie. Yeah. Great, maybe great compared to the garbage that's out there.
Right, I hadn't been the movie in the theater in forever, so
it's
loved
great
it for that.
But what's funny to me is it's when they do these movies and man, it's basically let's take the script of the first movie, and Act 2, what are we doing? So just update all that. How much can we make this guy, Goose's son look like Goose?
Boy,
right? Oh man, I gotta play that up a little bit. And then when he comes down to choose his team, and I mean, this might be a spoiler alert, but it's not. But you always know it's going this way from the start, because even then you're looking at it and saying, why on God's green earth would the one guy who's shown he can do this not be on this mission? And plus, you're trying to throw him out anyway. Hey. If I'm the commander of this thing, dude, I've been trying to fire you. I might as well go get you killed. Okay, that's good. You go do this. But when he's picking his team, could you have been more correct with the team he picks?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. And then
the jerk's getting left out.
But you knew he was coming back in.
He was Iceman.
He's the
new
to
a certain extent. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you call him? A hangman.
Yeah.
Hangman. In fact, when he doesn't get picked, and you can tell, I lean over to my wife because that's just what I do. Ain't no way in the world he's not getting in there. I guarantee you that guy's gonna get. I guarantee you that guy's gonna get it. There's no way that guy.
He's got to do that handshake at the end.
That new ice is not going to. And then it goes, and it's great. But so the flying scenes are amazing. I will give that. They really. I still can't figure out exactly how doing what they did makes more sense than just dropping a missile on that
from way above.
I'm kind of going along with Commander Drone over there. Like, yeah, no, you just put a drone in there. Like it doesn't matter. But
Well,
it's all good. I mean, it's all
yeah,
good.
it was a good movie. Coincidentally, on the flight, there was a girl on the side of us who she's in the Marines, but she's a pilot and flies. What do you call it? The ones that can Osprey.
Oh yeah. They can take off straight up.
Yeah, so she flies that, but has a lot of friends who are based in San Diego, where they filmed this, and so they were extras in it. They were
nice.
Yeah, so they use they were advisors on the set, and said like one of the biggest differences is because like the girl in this movie said like her hair was all buttoned up tight back and everything, and she said none of them are really that clean cut in actuality, but said from the most part technically it's pretty darn accurate. They don't take a lot of liberty. I don't know about the whole Mach 10 stuff.
Well, how much they play a lot of shirtless football at the that had to have. They got that's part of the contract. We got to show Tom without a shirt a few times, and all these other people all ripped up. I had questions about that. That's like a jerk bar. I don't understand that bar. Like, oh, you do whatever he's buying. Have to buy around for everybody, whatever. Fine.
Yeah.
You know what's coming with that. But I just want to know the backstory of Jennifer. What's her name? Jennifer Connelly. So his love interest.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, hang on a sec. She bought a bar 3 years ago. She's got a nice sailboat. She lives in a house, nice house, probably right near the beach. And then she pulls up in an old classic Porsche. Help me out here. So it references the fact that apparently her daughter's dad, I guess now is with another wife in Hawaii. Let me tell you, she did okay in settlement. My mind goes to different places when I'm always worried about how realistic is this? I'm like, dang,
hey, baby, if you leave me, that ain't gonna be this good.
Man, what? So she came out all right. Like, yeah, because that happens all the time, right? Somebody's
and she got Tom Cruise.
He apparently broke her heart last time because he disappeared.
Daughter after not to.
He's a maverick.
Yeah, he could still wear that same jacket.
He's a maverick.
Ride that same bike.
And I'm not even going to get into like when he's down and I guess Goose or like he's not Goose. What's the guy's name? Turkey. I don't know. What was the son's name?
I don't know.
I forget. We have to look that up. But anyway,
Gosling.
Whatever. Goose. I forget what they keep calling him, but all you're thinking of that's Goose's son. T Goose. He's T Goose. That's what they should have called him. Top Gun. That should have been. What's your hand on? They call me T Goose. I call you T Goose. My dad was Goose.
Big Goose. I'm little Goose.
Me there. I'm T Goose. All right. I think on that we're just gonna get out of here, man. We're not. All right. Well, we may even come back.
Now here's the deal. What's his name down the bio is gonna take a scene from the movie and call him T Goose.
Red. What's his face? I've had it, man.
So when you hear that,
that's
know where DJ Red got it.
My dad was Goose. They call me T Goose, and I'm the wingman. He never should have made it, man. That's the other thing too. When Tom Cruise picks him, it's like, dude, you picked the one guy that they've been worried about. Like, can he do it? He's going too slow. Talk to me, Goose. Talk to me, Dad. That was a little heavy-handed. Talk to me, Dad. Come on now. You have no idea that he told you that. But apparently Goose is omnipotent. That guy is just like, but all good. All good. Good movie. Go see it.
Yep, go see it. Check it out. And think of T Goose.
All right. All right, y'all. Push the button. We got to get on out of here. Got so much stuff to do. And there you go. It's in front of you. It's a buffet. Free. Have at it.
Enjoy it as you will.
That's right.
It's an all-inclusive resort right here.
Big portions. We came out this week with big.
You gonna eat all that?
Go get it. No, I don't think so. Give me a box. Bring that back. All right, man. If you guys want to reach us outside of social media, it's quite easy. It's Dave at Juan at protonmail.com. And there's a plethora of places you can find this podcast.
Everywhere, man. Everywhere. If they stream it, if it's a podcast and a podcast carrier, we're there. Guarantee it. If not, call me. I'll give you your money back. Catch us on YouTube.
Yeah.
Catch us on Facebook. Subscribe. Subscribe is the key. Then you don't have to remember when we're popping up because we'll pop up for you.
Got to keep sending you messages and hey man, we back. And then just look for look for new ones on Monday. We're typically Monday around 7-ish Central. Right. We're gonna be there.
I was in a restaurant in a different country on Monday night at 7, and I posted this sucker just for you.
There you go.
So share it. Tell your friends, people.
You're welcome, America. There you go. Just putting it out there. So we're gonna do what we're gonna do. I hope everybody does what we ask you. No, we don't ask.
Yeah, we tell you.
We're not like the government, right. We government. We don't ask. It's not a suggestion.
Some regulation that you're not gonna follow.
Yo, it's a freaking mandate. It's a freaking mandate. Get out. In fact, live your life this week like you've got the soundtrack of like behind you the whole time.
You know it's getting better, right? You know something, whatever's in front of you, you got that behind you. It's coming better.
That's right. Have the best week, bestest week of your life, and tell us about it next week. There you go. Just tell us. You can email us, whatever. Say this is why it was so good, right? And if you get really good stories, Juan will show you that tan he worked on next time. Next episode, shirtless. We're going to do that just for the audio listeners.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
That's right.
Got another point where when Joey takes a picture of me, I said, got to be high. Got to be high shooting.
Edit that. Yeah. Edit that stuff. Edit it. All right, man. We're out of here. Have a great week. Love you.
All right, you too, Professor Dave. I only saw one person topless at the beach, and it's always somebody who shouldn't be.
Yeah. It's like, why? Stop.
No, just go in your room. Just
would it be rude to go into the gift shop and buy her a top?